Hey guys, Eric Schmill here, and we're doing VEDA 2016, vlog every day in August, I guess, right? Almost midnight, I imagine. I don't know what the time is, but we're kind of getting to that point. I came back from watching X-Men Apocalypse tonight, man, and the movie was kind of but I was cracking myself up, tearing that shit apart all the way on the drive home. I was like, you know what, I should make a video about this. It'll be funny. I've got funny shit to say. I'm making myself laugh all the way over here. And then, you know, I get home, I set my light, get the camera up, I set the tripod up, turn the camera on, do a few test shots, make sure it all looks nice. And then, you know, it all just kind of gets sucked out of me the second I turn the camera on. It's a little disappointing. But, you know, we need to do a video today, and, you know what, a pretty fine occasion to just be real, I think. Let's talk about that, huh? I think an essential thing that someone develops by doing this YouTube thing is getting comfortable on camera, and I haven't done this in such a long time. And you know, there's one thing to be comfortable on camera, and there's another thing to like another level of it where you can just like improvise and talk freely and stuff like that. Right? I don't know. I feel like I'd be more comfortable if I had something scripted and I knew what I was going to say. And like, I'm not like nervous, right? My discomfort here when I'm talking to you, or at least when I was going to try to do it this time, is that the creative side of my brain just shut off. It hit the off switch, died down, the lights went off. And I was just left there, blank in my mind, you know? But, you know, talking like this isn't too bad, right? Because this is more like nonfiction. This is the stream of consciousness that happens in my mind anyways. I don't have to conjure something out of nothing like that, you know? We can just kind of talk, right? I don't have to invent to do this. This is just real. So I think it's one thing to just kind of like talk and have heart-to-hearts and say what's on your mind. It's a whole other thing to do something more comedic, I guess, and creative in a moment like that. I don't know. I feel like creativity is a reactionary force. And I think a lot of times when you're making jokes about stuff, it's reactions to things. There's this whole idea of comedy where, you know, there's a difference between going up and doing stand-up on a stage and just making a joke amongst your friends, right? There's a lot of things, jokes people make when they're just with their friends that, you know, wouldn't really make sense as jokes outside of that context. It's more playing off the energy of the moment, right? And it's just a kind of natural thing. It's the most basic, fundamental human thing in the world to have, to recognize a situation and make some silly pun about it or something like that, right? But, you know, it's not a crafted thing, right? It's not something you go up on stage on, and it's something that only exists in that one moment, right? The moment's right, someone takes it, makes a joke, and it's only going to work at that time. It's almost like the timeline of events have set the joke up, right? That's the setup of the joke. The whole of human history is the setup. And it only exists for that moment. And, you know, you take a swing at the ball while it's right there over the plate. But, you know, outside of that, though, if it's just you in a room by yourself, you kind of have to invent that. You don't have that thing to bounce off of. I think that's why improvisers often get suggestions from the crowd, you know, like, give me a place, give me a job, give me something like that. And that at least gives them something to bounce off of. That gives them a context. It gives them something to react to that can trigger that reactionary force. And yeah, I don't know, sitting here tonight with this camera, even though I was jovial and come up with all kind of witty stuff before, it all just kind of died when I turned the camera on. That's kind of a shame. Say la vie. Maybe that gets easier with time. I don't know. I feel like when you play games or something like that, or you're doing like a more longer kind of form thing, once you start talking, you can start with just reacting to the stuff you said beforehand, right? And so you just build up momentum, just kind of keep going. And maybe that's what I should have done, and just cut off the beginning part. I don't know. The screenplay I'm working on right now, it starts off with this analysis of comedy. I want the whole thing to, it's this tragedy about comedians that I'm writing right now, and it opens up with this quote on the black screen of, I forgot who said it, but I always loved it, that you can dissect comedy like you would a frog, but the thing always dies in the process. And then it cuts to two people trying to dissect comedy, and then cuts to them being very bad at it. And I guess, speaking from the heart, I don't know. I think it's very natural. When you have a problem, you want to solve it. So you analyze it. It's a very human reaction. It's a very human thing. Boy, all this talk about what's human and what's not makes me sound like a lizard person with a skin on, doesn't it? Like a, you know, a bad alien doing an impression of what a human being's like. Yeah, it's totally a human thing. I'm just going to eat this cereal, very human-like. Good human food, yes, yes. Anyways, I don't know if that's an introduction. I guess today's theme is introductions. I guess we're going for a weird take a slice of my life. Hi, that's me. We had a conversation. I like to think of it as an organic kind of introduction. I don't know. My name's Eric. I got a new apartment. This thing's neat. I like to watch movies. I want to be a filmmaker. I like to play games. I haven't played games in years, though, because I just don't have the time. And I'd rather just try to make things right now. And I'm currently questioning my life path. How y'all doing? See you tomorrow.